a lady by the name of Barbara Schmidt. It's spelled the German way, S-C-H. She was at the business office. And she called me on the phone and said, could you meet me at my house? I didn't know what was going on. She said, we're having a little meeting. So I showed up there. Then there was around 8 or 9 of us showed up at the original meeting. And Barbara Schmidt was the temporary president until we got our charter. Well, in order to get the charter in those days, you had to raise 25 bucks. That was tough.
I had to put together 25 bucks.
I covered the bet.
Okay, well that's great. No, we appreciate that.
I just figured, well, let's get it going, you know. So we did that. Well, we met at Barbara's house, her apartment, and we tried to figure out how we were going to do things and try to get somebody to say something. So finally Barbara said, Jack's got a lot to say, let him say it. I said, Barbara, I don't know anything about it. So we looked at the charter papers and stuff, and we came up with a collection, and we were $12.50 short. Of all of us gathered there. So I covered the rest of it, and we sent the 25 bucks in, and we got our charter. And right at the start, we had some good people. Believe me, you really did, because all of us were interested in trying to find some way to help the finances in those days, just like we do now. Barbara Schmidt was the temporary president. And after I gave all that money in there, he said, well, you're president. And this was about the time that Bonnie Hicks, we were trying to find a place to put the books and where they could work. Well, everybody was trying to get a house and everything, so Bonnie lost her garage. So we started in Bonnie and Dean's garage. And we filled that up quite soon. And people got used to using the credit union because there were local people, and we all had the same common goals.
Where was the garage? Where was the Hicks house?
I Street in Sparks.
Okay.
Okay.
Why I remembered, I don't know.
I'm pretty impressed.
And Bonnie Hicks, I have to give her an A+ because that girl worked so hard and did such a diligent job in making sure that this was done and that was done. And if she didn't get it done, Dean did. So they were a working couple. And she was the only one on salary. None of the others ever drew a nickel out of the thing, as far as I know, outside making loans. Well, we started assembling, and the paperwork was really coming in, started, because people said, wow, well, give them $5 or something, you know, get it going. And that's what they did. And I told Florence, the treasurer, I said, well, if we're going to do this, and I've got the charter's mine, but I said, I'll give you the charter and the rest of the organization if you let me take the first loan. So that was quite a start. And then I was amazed at the way it grew.
Yeah.
And they were in line with the loan applications. And that really gave us a shot in the arm because they got the flow of the cash coming in. Yeah. We finally got to the point where we had enough dollars to move to a place, an office building. I don't know if you remember the Greenbrae bowling alley.
Yeah,
Okay, we were right upstairs down the hall.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah, and so we were there for, quite a while.
yeah.
And we flourished from there, believe me, there's, everybody wanted to get down there and get their money going and everything, even the ones that have poor people, you know, and stuff like it. Because our people knew what the situation was. Now, you go into a bank now, and they don't know you from Adam. If you don't have some assets, hey, take a walk. And it was, we really made out there, because we had, a couple of hundred people at the end of the first year belonging to the credit union.
Wow.
And pretty good in those days,
Yeah.
And so, I was glad I got in when I did. That's where it was. The only thing that stayed in the kitchen was Bonnie's desk.
Do you have any advice for us, or what you hope to see from
I'm
us?
amazed at what's happened over the years, really, in the 50 years that this thing's really been in business, and that, I know it's more than that, but it's remarkable the way it grew and the fellowship that you had in the credit union. There was a couple of sour apples, but you have that in all business, but most of the time they were up front and working people, and we helped them, they helped us, so. I'm proud of the part I got to play in it, and I had my partner here help in a lot of ways. She was on the supervisory committee. We were auditing the books when we were supposed to. I liked it, I enjoyed it, and the people were great to work with.
Like family, like family,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.